Dang, Vegito gave Zamasu the Android 19 treatment.
What's going on, guys? Quinn Giles here, coming at you with another Dragon Ball Super review. Today I will be reviewing Dragon Ball Chapter 23, the manga chapter. And before I start that, I just want to show you guys something cool, because it was on my mind, because I just bought it today. Yeah, got a pretty cool looking Dragon Ball poster here. I really like it. I saw it today for $10, and I kind of couldn't not get it, even though I'm pretty low on the old money right now. Goes good with this one. And this one. But enough about that. Let's get started on the review. But before I do that, I gotta drop a
spoiler alert.
Yes, this review will have spoilers, so don't go crying down in the comments saying I spoiled anything on ya.
You've been warned.
So the way I do things, I review the chapter to tell you guys what happened and let you know what's going on, and then I tell you my thoughts on it. So we start off with Fuse the Zamasu pretty much telling Goku and Vegeta that they're fucked and they're gonna get their asses beat, and they are still in Super Saiyan God form. Remember, he fused into Zamasu in the last chapter. Then Portara Zamasu charges, so fast actually that Goku and Vegeta couldn't even see him move. And this totally shows that they're in way out of their league. They were only in their Super Saiyan God forms, but still, they couldn't even see Fused Zamasu even move. And yeah, this kind of reminded me of when Goku and Piccolo were fighting Raditz, and all of a sudden he just appeared behind them and smashed them. It was almost the same thing. Pretty cool throwback there. Good memory, at least for me there. Then Vegeta goes blue, and same thing, he gets smashed, he gets taken out very easily. And then Goku gives it a try, he goes blue, and Trunks says, well, he probably doesn't have stamina to maintain that for long, because he just used the Mafuba. Glad they brought that in, and yes, he ends up getting his ass kicked by Zamasu too. As you can see here, he shoots a Kamehameha straight through him, but he still is immortal. So it's confirmed that this fused Zamasu is many times stronger, and he's also immortal. Then Goku and Vegeta end up getting force choked by this Zamasu here. He goes full Darth Vader on them. And he ends up letting off a big, huge, super explosive wave, which they survive, and everybody else survives it too. And then he lets off a blast that looks like the human extinction beam, but no luck. Goku and Vegeta get hit by a couple of them. That's pretty much it. Goku defends everybody who's watching on the sidelines, including future Trunks. And Supreme Kai brings up Vegerot, or Vegito, whatever you want to call him. Just a fun fact, the Viz comics, in the English, they called Vegito Vegerot, and honestly, I think I like Vegito better just because I grew up with the name Vegito, and it's really hard for me to call him something different. But yeah, Vegerot makes a lot more sense if you're calling Kakarot, because I wondered always where the O came at Vegito. Did it come from Goku? That's what I always thought, but then I realized, in Japan it's Kakaroto. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling on. He brings up the idea to fuse into Vegito, we'll call him for now, and Vegeta says no, he's never going to fuse again. He doesn't want to deal with a permanent fusion. And so they decide to take turns just the way they normally do. And obviously Supreme Kai thinks he's crazy. Kind of funny that even though everything's pretty much getting doomed and they know they can't win, they're still trying to take turns, just like Saiyans do. Then Fuse Zamasu, or Zamas, whatever you want to call him. I think I'm butchering the pronunciation, but you know what, just gonna keep going. Spawns a giant brick of Clangite, or Kachin, whichever, dub or sub that you read, it has different names, which is supposed to be the hardest, densest material in the universe. It broke the Z sword. He throws one at Goku, and he misses, then he throws a bunch more, and really hurts Goku's arm, but Goku keeps going. Then Vegeta overhears Gawasu talking about how the Batara earrings only last for 1 hour if you're not labeled or, under the name of Supreme Kai. So Vegeta hears this, but this doesn't also just make his decision. He also hears Trunks saying that Bulma was killed by Goku Black, and he says that Bulma really, really wanted to meet Vegeta and always asked out. Anyways, this pisses Vegeta right off, and major character development here. Vegeta is the one who decides to make the fusion happen. He decides, fuck it, you killed my future wife, she wanted to see me, he's mad, so they end up doing it. Then a humongous energy wave comes out of nowhere and blows up Zamasu's arm, and ta-da, Vegito is finally born again. Then he tells Zamasu that he has an advantage because Zamasu, nobody in between, Goku Black and the future Zamasu were even labeled as Supreme Kais. They were just assistants, so their fusion isn't going to last any longer than an hour either. So then he goes blue and tells him, I'm not even going to let you regenerate, I'm going to kick your ass. And that's what he does. He gives Zamasu the old Android 19 treatment where he cuts his arms literally right off. Of course, they grow right back because he's immortal, but yeah, Vegito's kicking ass and you can totally tell that Zamasu is 100% outclassed. And now that Vegito has beaten up Zamasu quite a bit, he decides to finish it with the one and the only, the final Kamehameha. Yes, they are bringing it back for the manga. It was very disappointing in the show, and we've only ever seen it in video games, so here I am getting all pumped to see it. And Zamasu, kind of weird, his final attack, I guess, is another block of Klangite or Kachin, or whatever you want to call it. You think he'd have a stronger final attack to go against the final Kamehameha, but then, for some reason, Vegito defuses very, very quickly. Then we are left with Goku and Vegeta getting pelted with big old chunks of Klangite, and that's the end of the chapter.
So my thoughts on the chapter, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it a 4.5 out of 10. And why, you may ask? Well, let me explain. So the art and everything was phenomenal, really, really, really good job there. But my problems with the chapter was this. Okay, so let me just say, it was all good when they were fighting Zamasu and getting their ass kicked. That should have happened, you know what I mean? Two beings fused like that, Goku and Vegeta really couldn't stand up to him too well. They couldn't even see his movements. And seeing Vegito come back was really, really cool, but that's also where the problem started. Number one, I don't like the thought of, Vegito only unfusing after an hour. And he unfused even quicker, but even if it was just an hour, I don't like how they just randomly added in this rule because it was a fusion. It was supposed to be permanent. This is what made Vegito better than Gogeta. He was stronger and he was slightly stronger because the fusion was stronger, but he was better because, the fusion didn't run out. It was just a special form of fusion that made it, different than the fusion dance. But the problem with this is that now they added in this rule, and sure, they added in the rule, and they even explained in the chapter that the reason they defused wasn't because of Boo, it was just the timing that made it look like Boo. It was just an hour was up, and that's why Vegito defused inside Boo's stomach. So I really don't like this rule, and especially people can say, oh, well, it is a rule, you don't like it, or you just, you're just being salty, but wouldn't old Kai would have known that the fusion was only going to last an hour, and he would have told him that? Yeah, sure, like Supreme Kai didn't know anything about it, but you think old Kai would at least know a little bit and would say this. It's just, hey, let's just add something for plot. Now, I understand why they added it, because think about it. There's no more, evil Super Boo anymore, so if they got absorbed, then, there's no way for them to ever defuse again, because they're never going to get absorbed again. Well, an easy fix. Why didn't they just keep Vegeta the whole entire time and have him not defuse, and then have him beat Zamasu or something like that? And then instead, now they're stuck as Vegito, we could have a couple of really interesting manga chapters with Vegito existing in the real world and have it be confusing. And all of a sudden, Boo could come along and say, listen guys, I can absorb you, you guys can put up a shield, then you guys can defuse inside of me, and then I'll spit you back out, or you guys can find your own way out. Wouldn't that have been so much cooler than a whole hour time limit on the Partara? I would have loved that, and it would have been so much cooler instead of just adding, yeah, you guys are going to defuse in an hour, just a random new rule just for, storyline plot purposes. But I still think they did it better than in the manga, I still think the manga did it better than the anime. It was really, really cool to see Vegito kick ass and literally be way above, Zamasu's league. In the show, he did good, but he also got beaten pretty bad, and his final Kamehameha did get fired off, and it hardly did shit all. Now he's literally ripping off Zamasu's hands while they're going back with ease, not showing any sign of struggling. And yeah, that was really, really cool. So I'm really glad that they did that. But man, the time was some short-lived, I'm telling you. And I didn't get my fulfillment of Vegito, let me just say. I hated it. He's here and now he's gone. And another thing, it didn't last anywhere close to an hour. So why did he diffuse so quick? I'm going to go ahead and say it's because of Super Saiyan Blue. And Super Saiyan Blue is taking out a bunch of energy. The same way Super Saiyan 3 Sword Gotenks fusion. And the same way Super Saiyan 4 made the fusion dance only last 10 minutes in Dragon Ball GT. They're going over the same thing here. Super Saiyan Blue, just too much stamina. Yeah, I don't know. And I also really liked how it was Vegeta's decision to do the fusion after he found out Bulma died in the future. That was really, really cool. Some cool character development there. Really liked that one. That was a good job. Another thing that I thought was just, a little bit odd was why was fused Partara Zamasu's
final attack, a multiple barrage of big giant Kachin blocks. I mean, sure, Kachin, Clangite, whatever you want to call it, the hardest metal on Earth is a force I wouldn't want, thrown at me. But, you would think that he would have a stronger move to go against Zamasu's final Kamehameha. Like, maybe he'd make a giant, enormous, thick wall of it for defense, just so, he could survive a little bit. But just to throw a bunch of blocks at him against the final Kamehameha, I thought that was a little bit weird. Like, again, wouldn't he have some crazy strong energy attack or some crazy new god attack that we haven't seen yet? I don't know. That was just But overall, I was just a little bit disappointed how the manga did a couple of things that the show did that I didn't like, personally. They made Vegito hardly last long at all. They made, the Patara fusion wear off. I was really hoping they would just avoid that in the manga, but they didn't. But, I guess you can't please everyone. I did like how Vegito kicked more ass in this, even though it was extremely short. In the manga, he actually not the manga. In the anime, he actually struggled a little bit against Zamasu, even though he still kicked ass. His final Kamehameha did shit all, and in this we didn't even get to see it, so I guess that kind of makes more sense. But I was still a little bit disappointed. That's why it gets a low rating, the low rating that I gave. Again, I thought it would have been an amazing idea if they just took away the whole Batara tile and then used Boo to, defuse later on. The good Boo got good Boo to absorb Vegito, but that's beside the point. It already happened. I'm a little disappointed about it, but whatever, right? I guess I'm just disappointed that the ultimate character, Vegito, who's nowhere near my favorite, but the ultimate last trump card has a weakness, and the weakness is when he's Super Saiyan Blue, he only lasts about 5 minutes. It's kind of disappointing, because Vegito was that one thing you could always go to when shit was going down, right? It would have been cool to, later on to have a fighter who was just as strong as Vegito, and they could have a crazy long-ass fight. But no, that can't happen, because he can only last about 5 minutes. But this chapter did leave me on a pretty good cliffhanger here. Now we have Goku and Vegeta getting pelted by giant Kachin blocks or Clangite blocks. This is the first time I've called them different names. But yeah, this is it landed on a really good cliffhanger. Goku and Vegeta getting pelted by giant blocks of the hardest metal on the Earth. I wonder how in the next chapter they're going to be standing after that one, if they even are standing at all, and how they're going to fight. I really hope they don't give Trunks the Super Saiyan bullshit again. That new transformation he had, Super Saiyan bullshit, whatever it was called, Super Saiyan Rage, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I hated it. So I really hope that they don't bring that in. I hope that Trunks does maybe, try to fight a little bit, maybe unlock Super Saiyan 3, but still gets his ass kicked anyways, trying to defend Goku and Vegeta. And I don't know how they're going to end it. I hope they end it in a really cool way. Maybe Goku's going to do a Mafuba. I hope it doesn't end like that. Zamasu already saw it happen. He shouldn't fall for it again. But what I think should happen for a really cool ending, in my opinion, Goku and Vegeta get back up, and they fuse to make Gogeta, and then they turn Super Saiyan Blue and finish Zamasu in one quick attack. I think that would be really cool. Be a lot better than the bullshit Spirit Sword. I hope to God that doesn't happen, please. But yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to see a fusion dance, we're going to see Gogeta, and that's going to be good. Or the Zamasu's fusion is going to run out after an hour. This one's probably more likely. We're probably not going to see Gogeta, but an hour is going to be up. Zamasu's fusion is going to run out, and then we're going to have Trunks versus Goku Black, and we're going to have Vegeta and Goku versus Zamasu, or the Supreme Kais versus Zamasu, and Goku and Vegeta and Trunks versus Goku Black. That'll be really cool. Just please, manga, stay away from bullshit. Don't do any bullshit endings. Don't give us Super Saiyan Rage Trunks. Give us Super Saiyan 3 Trunks instead. Sure, he's not going to be strong enough to do much, but against Zamasu, he probably will be. So yes, please do that, and let's have a good ending to this arc. I'm really excited to see how it happens, but I'm also really scared that they're going to ruin it. So anyways, sorry for rambling on so much during this review, guys. That is my review for Dragon Ball Super, Chapter 23. I really hope the next chapter does better. I also have another video coming on Super Saiyan Blue and all the things that I like and dislike about it. Somebody suggested it in the comments of another video, and thank you for the suggestion. I really appreciate it. And I was gonna make the video. Well, I wasn't gonna make the video anyways, but I do think it'd be a really interesting topic. So absolutely, I'll make that video for you. Just give me some time, and I'll get it done. And I'll see you guys when the next episode comes out. And I'll see you guys in my next video. If you like the video, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. I don't care. But comment down below if you agree or disagree that this chapter was a little off, or tell me if you really tell me anything. Get some discussion started, guys, if you feel like it. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic night, and yeah, that's all I got to say. Take her easy and have a great one. Cool camera closing. Oh, shit, damn.